Victor Kwadjoga Adawudu is my guest. He wants to be NDC parliamentary candidate for Central Tongu in the Volta region. You're welcome to Point Blank.
Thank you, Umaru.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
It's been a while. You've been missing in action.
Yes, we've been concentrating on the party at the legal directorate. We've been doing a lot of work there for the party. So we've not been resting. We've been crisscrossing this whole country and combine it with some of the cases that comes against party members, that some of them, they live in penury and they can't have money to pay. So we go around working for them. And I decided to concentrate on that.
So currently you're a member of the NDC legal team, aren't you?
I've been a member of the legal team since 2014.
So your job is to, among other things, represent the party, represent its members who may have a problem with the law or something, right?
Exactly.
Why then do you have to go and run for parliament? Are you not supposed to be the guy who would defend MPs or parliamentary candidates like the Asi North guy who is having issue? Now you want to also go and run for parliament. What happens?
Well, when you're in parliament doesn't mean that you cannot still practice. You can always practice. There's a committee on profit, illuminant, and the other things, committee that allows professionals to work. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of people in parliament who still works. But Omar, first of all, can I just say greet my people in Central Tongu?
Okay.
Modok Benemi, Mioma Fiokli Bakbao, Central Tongu, Adidoma Mafik Masipio Gologio, Mievi Kwadjoga Yenye, Akamik Bogala, Yevugba Nemi of Matagbo, the Hala Vegba, Nemiasa.
No, Miado Tongu.
Miado Tongu.
So this is Tongu you're speaking, which is a variation of the other language. There's Anglo, Tongu, Vedome, all of that. So Tongu is not Tongu where Samokuje Tuablakwa is MP, Joapon and those places. The South Tongu, which is Usoga Kope,
Aduto, Dabala.
That's where Woyome's brother is MP.
Yes.
Then the Central Tongu. Which are the towns?
Central Tongu is Adidome, Mafikumasi, Dove, Aklamado, Bakba, Avedo, Mafia Avedo. Then we share boundary with Adaklu.
So you're at the other part of the river or this part of the river?
No, we are the other part of the river.
So you have to cross the river?
Yes, and we also have Aklamado, Aklaya, Ziponu, Pogaji, which is also at the other side of the river. So it's either you drive through Sogakope or you cross the river to go to Mafidugame or go to Mefe. So you enter. But don't forget that it used to be the same district, which was called North Tongu until it was divided along the line. Then it became, the North went to Bato, Aveime, and Adidome remained to be the Central Tongu.
What is the need of the Central Tongu constituency that you want to satisfy?
I think the basic problem we have in Central Tongu is leadership.
Explain.
It's leadership. When we say leadership, it is about bringing the people together. That when you rally them together, you can lobby and move the constituency. Because the power of the people with a leader, when all of you agree and you have strategic vision plans and you lobby individuals, even prominent citizens from the Tongu, you lobby them, you'll be able to achieve some development, you'll be able to represent the people, and the people will be happy to say, this is where we come from. This is the land of our birth. And I think that one of the problems we have, especially with the party in Central Tongu, is that the party is fragmented. And you can ask anybody within the Volta region, even national. Central Tongu has had some issues, and it is fragmented alongside some few leaders who it is claimed these are their devotees, these are their followers, and we've now had the issue of come. So it is not fostering unity, and we are lagging behind.
So this is in reference to the party executives then. It shouldn't bother the parliamentary candidate. Why do you want to be an MP then to fix that, or a parliamentary candidate to fix that?
No.
It's not a job of the constituency chairman, secretary, and those people to do unity. What is the business of the MP?
You see, for every constituency, now the MP is seen as the leader.
Okay.
The leader of the constituency.
Is that by law or by...
No, it is by convention.
Okay.
If by law, you would see that it is the leader of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the MP is the one who has to foster this unity among the people. But even beyond that, the reason why we need strong people in Parliament, of which we needed to be represented, is that we need somebody who can effectively represent the people of Central Tongu. Now, if you go to Central Tongu and there's an MP who can lobby, who can speak what is the need of the people, what do they need, what do they want to do, and bring them together. That's one. Two, for the party itself, as an NDC, we have realized that, you see, when you don't really understand some few technical issues, we've seen the MPs from the other side being vociferous. The fact that they are vociferous does not mean that what they are saying is right. But if you don't have an idea about what they are saying, you would think what they are saying is right. Let me just give you a simple analogy. If I haven't been to school and they say 1 + 1 is 3, but because I've not been to school, I don't know mathematics. When they say 1 + 1 is 3 and it's vociferous, they are repeating it.
You believe it?
You will believe it. But if I know 1 + 1 is 2, I will now tell them that, look, no, bring 2 counters. This is 1. Add 1 to it, it becomes 2. So I can now explain and tell them that this is the answer. What you're saying is not right. If you go to Parliament, you see mostly they deal with the law. So somebody who has gone in and understands the law better would perform better because he understands it.
So as a lawyer, you think you do better than your MP who is not a lawyer?
I think I can do better advocacy and representation of my people. And it's not necessary always to say that unless and until. It is a quality that you also have to learn and build. Advocacy is a quality that you need to get. Now, I always ask the simple question. We all go to church. You go to mosque. You have the Quran. I have the Bible. When we read, do we really understand? We pray every day. But when you meet a sheikh, or they say today the archbishop is coming, or the bishop is coming, or the reverend father who has been to a Bible school, who understands it properly, when he explains the Quran or the Bible to you, you appreciate and get a good understanding of it. So basically, I said, when you are dealing with the Constitution, dealing with standing orders, and we have seen people from even the other side, when they are shouting 1 + 1 is 3, and maybe they are quoting the law, and that is not applicable, shouting. If you don't really have an understanding and appreciation of it,
you can't fight back.
You can't fight back. You can't tell them, no. That law is not applicable.
Your MP is a 2-termer, isn't he?
He is.
Does it mean he has nothing good to show in the constituency?
No. No, that's not that to say. I think that it is just like a relay. The quartet. Austin Garment started when it used to be North Tongu.
Oh, so Austin was your MP?
Yes, he started
I
when
knew
it
he was minister under Rollins. But
he was a deputy minister of social employment. And
I didn't know he was also a member of parliament.
Not he was a member of parliament from North Tongu. He was the first MP.
Okay.
Then came Honorable Jogi Disu, who did 16 terms. Then came Honorable Alexander Hotoje.
Your current MP?
Yes, current MP. Now, you see, it's like quartet. When you are running and you realize that, others are being overtaken and you can't run efficiently, somebody who can even come back and take the baton. It is time that I now take the baton to run the race.
But the other guy is not tired.
No, but it is the people who will decide. Now, it is the people who will decide. It is not that you are just going to Parliament that he's not tired. What have you done to lobby, to bring leadership to the people? It is the people who are calling for, thinking that we also need an effective representation. So
what are the things, aside leadership?
If you compare, unfortunately for me and maybe in the constituency, what is happening is that if you put the central and the north together, right? Mm-hmm. Because it has been the same district that was divided, they see the kind of advocacy, the kind of work that is being done in the north. Mm-hmm. They don't see such a thing happening in the central. And that is where I believe that there is a cause. They believe the people on the ground, the party thinks that no, we also need somebody who will be effective to represent us. Two, they also believe that development is lagging because maybe you are not lobbying so much.
So it's not coming. So let's look at it this way. You have something you have outlined as your vision for the constituency. Yes. Share with us what that is. And aside talking about the leadership that you think is failing you, what would be your vision?
I have a 6-point agenda. The vision, first of all, is to make the party attractive in the constituency. Care for everybody, bring everybody together. So I say prosperity for all. The way it is fragmented. During one of I think we went for funeral, we met some of the leadership over there. And I said, when you go, they said, these people belong to this group, this camp. And I asked, so it means that Kwadjoga now is barren. I don't have children. But I'll be the tree that will stand and be a shade for everybody. So now there's suspicion even among our own people. There's mistrust and suspicion. We need to move. We need to live on. So let everybody involved. Let us know the interest of every party member. What is your interest? Why you are a member of the party? Why you are an executive? With the hope and aspiration that if my party comes into government, this is what I may benefit or I may enjoy whilst we are building the Ghana we want. Right? That's the first one. 2, we are talking about promoting or transforming our towns and communities into a destination that is attractive to all. When you go to Central Town, it's largely an agricultural place. Farming is what they do more. They go into cassava, so a lot of gari comes from Mafikumasi. And the little studies I've done shows that Mafikumasi, it's the hub. That's the commercial place that brings the gari. So about 100 trucks every Monday and Tuesday, from Sunday to Tuesday, they load gari. They're high-no trucks. They load gari to the other part of the country. Even if one bag costs, let's say, 500 Ghana cedis, and one truck loads over 100 bags, how much do we have? So if we modernize agriculture, and how
would you modernize it? What would the modernization mean?
The modernization of agriculture, let me take the agriculture, the farming about cassava. Now cassava, you can do it into starch. You can do cassava into flour. Cassava is being used for beer, and we have the land. So it is to provide the land, get some investors, and even people in Ghana. I have some colleagues are farming about 300 acres of cassava in Kintampo. I have another friend who is doing farming in Afajato, huge. And these people only want land and will be able to come and farm this cassava.
So Central Town offers
now
land.
We have, yes, you offer. Now we even have a dam and we have some river. So if you go now, we have a rice milling coming up in Mafiachemfo. On that stretch alone, where we share boundary with North and the river, they are farming rice. So that's Atihwe, Feda, and you go to Telapeng, there are Chinese people there farming. There's a huge dam. And when you go to the other side of Akpodome, there are some people from Thailand who are now farming rice. So if we are doing this, at the end of the day, the whole place will be commercialized. So if we are doing commercial farming and we are able to bring in these investors, people will be able, and the Gari branding would go up. So we just brand our Gari and see how much it will be. And if we are able to get Mafi Kumasi into a commercial hub, build a market, build a very nice police station, build all this, because when it becomes a commercial activity, strangers come, crime starts going up, land start going up. Now, what makes a community transform into a city? What
are the key things you want to do?
Yes. So it's the roads, it's the layout. It's the layout, it's the infrastructure. As we speak at the domain now, does not even have a place we can say is a community center. When there are issues, the chiefs and people of Mafi would gather. We don't even have it now. But I think that this is something that can be done. We don't have a place for the youth when it comes to, we have AstroTurf that is coming up. These are qualities that we can use. When they are laid out, I've always been given a simple example.
So this is your grand picture if you became MP, but before you become MP, you need to win the internal race. What are the delegates telling you? Because they are the ones who make this decision. And there are more than... Are you 5 or more than 5?
We are 5. So, and I'm the
bottom.
The bottom.
Okay, but not... But it does not mean that you are the last. I'm just
No.
So, what are the delegates saying to you? Are they listening to you? Do they agree with you?
They are so excited. So excited because I think...
You are going against a sitting MP.
Yes, they are so excited that I have come, that they have heard of me on several platforms, so many occasions. They say there is a lawyer. I've been defending a lot of cases. Some don't even know me. And I've never charged anybody there. When I hear the case and I think that this is a case, there is justice in it and injustice is being done, I go in. So I do a lot of cases. And because most of them said they've heard of me, they just want to see me. And they say, we think that you would represent us better because we know the work you have done up there. And when you come, we are looking out for you. So I go to a lot of places. After my message, I tell them, all they say is that, lawyer, go and sleep. But I know that I still need to go to them. And I always ask them that, look, I can't do it alone. You would have to help me to do it. What are the things you think we can do together without saying that we have to wait for government to lead the process? We can lead it and ask government to support us when we start. Like farming, I was telling you, when we started farming, we have Adidome Farm Institute. Now, it is the vision that we will one day lobby government and make it Faculty of Agriculture attached to UHAS.
Okay.
So it takes care of the research, everything on all the farmings from the south right down to OT.
Okay. So along the river. Because you mentioned that you defend people, let me just quickly bring this before we go. You were in court this week. Your clients were before the court. We are told that you had a standoff with the bench, that you were not well and your case was called. What happened? Were you fighting the judges?
No. It was just that there was a misunderstanding because I was not well. I had indicated, I've asked my junior to indicate that to the court. So when they had finished, I said, if they will give me time, I will be able to do a cross-examination after reading the proceedings. But they said no. So I said, I was sick, but I'm not going to put my health down at the interest of my client. If I pop out today, it is my family that will lose me. And, the bench didn't take it kindly. And I said, look, with the greatest respect, the respect between the bench and the bar is that we have respect for each other. But if we are talking and they shout on us and others. If it doesn't go well with us, and I think sometimes tempers flare up. Then after that, I'm sure we'll be able to resolve this. This is nothing. It happens. This is not the first time that the bench and the bar. But what we encourage every time.
So you're not engaging in a shout match with them?
Oh no. Okay. We started this.
And you have no problem with it. You are fine. You've sorted your problems out.
Yes.
Anyway, we wish you all the best. Your final words to your constituents and especially your delegates in Central Tongu before you go.
With permission, may I say it in a way?
No problem.
Me todo, you know, you Tongu Taflacha, Mayor Central Tongu, and your Kwadjoga, me lawyer. Yenye ege midro fieri soti sese ye dimile ame ye sese ye goma ame atan ponu le mienu ame atan he amo ava wodonemi ne mi on handi Central Tongu mi on kona de duta amo na jesimi be Central Tongu adonava fie ne mi awo ne mi de handi na wanya kpo amo ase mi on ko be enu le mi egbo mi awe Adidomede wavazo abloshi miwe kumasede mi atwasie mi atunuo mi awe nyede kanyi matan ogo yeta obe eta de kade madada nwu enye kpi mi owoge manya be ma wasilema na magalaga makwa na nyona nukwa agbagalaga ma obe ame enyo amala anomade umokpo mi wodola jema mi nyola jema mi kpe amaga ta makaleji be na mi vado yemi wonkwa wo mi o mukpoga abialo wom le miegbo mi unkosem de mi ha mi we na di dome kumase dove pinovio kata akama dodi mi awe wanyo akpenami
akpenawa. Thank you so much. That's Victor Kwadjoga Adawudu. He is hoping to be NDC parliamentary candidate for Central Tongu. He's lawyer, member of the NDC legal team. Now he's thrown his name in there wanting to be elected.